How I built my first freedom system at 18. I didn't have investor or anything like that. I had time, skill, and just a laptop. At 18, I really wasn't rich. I didn't have money. I didn't have connection. I was literally fresh out of high school. A high school that is in the most local of local, the most suburban of suburban. Well, I'm in the middle of nowhere. If you think of New York, most people think of New York City, but I'm up in yonders. There wasn't big connection around me. There wasn't people who own multi-million dollar companies, billion dollars company, who just casually strolling the street. You see that shit once in a lifetime here, maybe, if you're lucky. But all I had was this laptop that my mom essentially gave to me. It was a gift for my trip to Vietnam. First time I went back. And after seeing the outside world, seeing their life, seeing how free it is to just go and travel and enjoy life just the way that should be, I made one promise to myself. I will not waste another year just planning my success or just waiting out for my success to come and feed me in the mouth. Not gonna happen. I will not waste another year. So I decided to just build a system, one that didn't need me to be famous, didn't need me to be rich or even smart to use it. It's something that everyone can use. Everyone that is bound by expectation, but they feel like they have something more to them, something more alive. Yes, Sam? And when you have this system, you have just discipline, just pure and absolute discipline to improve yourself and be a better version of yourself. That's the whole goal to you. Just be better. Or be better in the vision that we envision ourselves. So, here's the real framework that's behind all of this. The first thing first, what you gotta do is learn a valuable skill. So, what I mean by a valuable skill is something that you can trade for money or for more time. A skill that you can trade for money or more time. Oftentimes, the easiest skill will require a lot of effort to learn. So something that I've kind of decided to learn was sales, marketing, and cold outreach. Those are the three main ones that I spent the last year learning. But don't limit yourself to just business skill. Make sure that it's skill that you actually enjoy doing. For example, if I actually had to start this out again, I would probably focus more of my time and skill on doing automations and doing um, just building things in general, just inventing things, developing things. That skills, it's just seemed more natural for me and more, um, in a sense, fit me better. But like I said, I decided to start with sales and marketing, and that worked out fine. I created this whole business, made money off it, and now I'm free. So the whole thing makes sense. So don't feel sorry for me for just picking the path that I don't really like. But what I mean is, don't dwell on this too hard. Because in a sense, if I really didn't go down the sales or marketing path, I would really never really know what type of skill I'm really good at. So never be stuck in that stage where you spend time thinking, hmm, what should I do? What skill should I learn? Because in the end, it's really isn't that deep. It's just one path that you'll go down, and that either will be your true passion or it will unlock you a new path close to where you want to be. That's how it is. So just pick one skill. If you are completely out of it and you don't know what to do, you're completely lost. Here's just five skills that I would recommend you learn: sales, marketing, cold outreach, just outreach in general, and content creation. Lastly, the new ChatGPT thing, just prompting, learning how to prompt, learning to use ChatGPT. Those are five main ones I would just pick up because this will be super useful for years to come and probably for your whole lifetime. So pick one of those. Next, once you've done that, turn it into a repeatable system. So for me, the most I've really put myself into was doing co-outreach. I've spent basically this whole last year learning co-outreach, and I turned to a repeatable system. So what I mean by that is a system that will do the same exact task that you've been doing for the last month or so, repeating every single day, and all you don't even have to touch it. So what I did to kind of kickstart this whole thing was write down what I actually did. So there's a couple things that I did. First, I create offer. So I create offer. Second, I uh, set automation. And then once I set automation, I scrape the list. And as soon as I scrape the list, I pick the time and blah 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 on and on. So those things would be my whole system. Sometimes I also send out manual messages. What does these manual messages send? What does these manual messages have variable that I can put into? And then from there I kind of turn into a automation, step-by-step automation. So that's something I've just created just in a couple of days ago was a automatic verification system. So every single time I scrape a list, all you gotta do is just plug in right into my CRM, and that will automatically verify everything for me, and I don't have to touch it again. So that's one part of my whole routine or whatever to kind of make money. Something else I did was doing manual outreach every day. I did roughly about 20 to 40 messages a day. Um, but then I decided, okay, these are the messages I sent, these are the type of audience I sent, and then I can turn that messages so that it's fully customizable for everyone else. So what I mean by that is I turn, hey, I saw that you were working at X Bank. Would you I help people create more client? Would you be open for a chat? And then I would kind of just fix a variable in there. I saw that you work at company name, or hey John, hey first name, something like that. Those are things that I kind of manipulate so everything become a repeatable system. Lastly, offer that system to people with money problems. With problems, or you can do that in vice versa. Offer that system to people with money and problems. Or offer that system to people with problems and money. That's what I mean. So something I did was I decided to pick a top niche, or actually started with testing a bunch of niche beforehand and just offer it to a bunch of people, see what it works, and then kind of create the system. So don't think that this is the last step. You can always do this before turning this into a repeatable system, because once you have someone who paid for your money, who paid for your service, you have a bit more leverage to work with to create that system. So yeah, offer that system to people. You can always do a second or third. Just depend on you. So that's pretty much it. That's the freedom framework that I've been using for the last year or two. And I decided to focus on business broker because they always are looking to book more client and sell more people, but they hate chasing. They never have time. They are always on the phone, so they don't have really anything. And the only thing that they always relied on was referrals. Perfect client for me because I can help them with call outreach and I can help them with automations. There it is. So there we go. That's why I decided to build the auto seller system generation thing. And that book call for them every day. And that goes in, scrape the ideal client, book call for them, talk to their client, toss it up to them, and then boom, I get paid essentially every 2 week or so. And I just go and live life. That's pretty much it. That's how my system work. And even if I'm gonna go on a vacation, because I'm gonna go on a vacation, I'm put this whole system fully to a test to see how kind of independent it is. I'm gonna go on a vacation for a month, a full month, and from there I'll see if my system's actually still working for my client, and just will I be getting more client or not, or I would just be getting more client from my client. Okay, so there you go, chill. So most people just more 18 years old just scroll on TikTok. They scroll on, but now what I do is I just scroll down on my calendar and check calls, just check Phil's call every single day. Literally from 1 to 5, from 1 to 7. I had a book with calls to the point where I had to tone the whole thing down and only take clients who are actually serious. That's how it is. That's how life is. So there we go. That's all I did. And this happened because I traded the everyday dopamine for digital asset. So if you're under 25, or if you're just or a teenager, stop waiting for the perfect idea or the perfect plan. Learn a skill, package it, build a system, launch it. That's what I did. And now I don't need a job, degree, or a boss, because I know that if this whole thing go up wire, haywire, I'll be able to build another one. I'll be able to make money whenever I want. Because at the moment you make even your first penny online, you'll know that you never have to work again. And that's the freedom behind it. So, there we go. I created my full seller generation course to show you the full blueprint of my system that I use for my business broker client to get sellers. So just click the link below and just check out the course and the subscription button that later.